Thank you guys from Yonkers Voice. Thank you for always watching every time I go live. You probably saw our live about 30-45 minutes ago where a couple of folks in a square were going through the garbage. Now, that live was not to criticize those folks, was to criticize the system that makes them do those things in order to survive, in order to make ends meet. Many of them are veterans, people that served our country, people that risked their own lives for the liberties that we today enjoy. Things that others did for us, such as Eldon. Eldon is a vet, served the country, risked his life, and things have not been that smooth for him. He served. Now he wants his country to make life a little easier for him. And I don't think it's asking too much. Thank you for being here, Eldon. You contacted me the other day. You wanted to interview. The time was not right back then, but it is now. Okay, it is now. Tell us about your dilemma.
Okay,
Before, tell me, when did you serve?
came out in 76.
Talk a little louder so that...
I came out in 1976, straight from high school. Young man, full of life, really didn't know what was going on. You know, so that's how they catch us out there. Recruiter in Getty Square. You know, they have that sign, see the world, be all you can be. You know, but it was all a lie. One of the biggest mistakes of my life, you know, because in the Bible it tells us, do not kill your brother. And we all brothers in Christ.
So you served for how many years, Eldon?
We're not gonna, I care not to disclose that.
You're
but
okay.
I served. I put that uniform on, so.
You served the country.
I deserve everything any other veterans, and we all, the ones that, like you said, you seen picking in the garbage, you know, that's not their fault. You know, the country told us to risk our life for the world, but the world is not risking pennies for us. We got to beg and ask for something simple as aspirin, or you got a lot of us that went through trauma. They call it PTSD. Anybody can get PTSD. You know, they put labels on us just like they put labels on the homeless people in Getty Square. They are human, just like all of us. You know, we are all sinners, just trying to get better by the grace of God.
Now, Eldon, the reason you contacted me the other day was because of something that happened at St. John's Hospital when you sought medical help. You needed to be checked out. You were not feeling well. You went to the hospital. How were you treated?
Oh, man. I mean, that was an experience. You know, I've been through a lot of things, but that experience right there, it made me sick to my stomach to actually see people from my own neighborhood. Some of these young people I know their parents, you know, in the way that they treated the elderly or anybody, it was all in-house. It was kept in-house.
But let's talk about your experience, because it's important to talk about your experience, because your experience might be other folks' experience. They just decide not to come out, not to speak to the media. Luckily, you know me, you've been following Yonkers Voice, but there is many that maybe went through your experience, but are not speaking out. So let you be the spokesperson for those people, because if you were mistreated, if you were not happy with the way you were treated, tell us what happened. You got to the hospital, you went through triage, you know, they ask you what's happened. What happened?
What happened was, after about 15 minutes, I was in fear of my life.
Why?
Basically. For the simple fact that, you know, everything is COVID now. They're using COVID as an excuse to do the nonsense that they're doing. Anyway, if you call your bank, your housing, everything is on cold. You know, you're experiencing technology difficulty. You're on the phone. You're on the phone for hours. Okay, when I got there, No, basically when I left my house to call the paramedics, they did not come inside my house. I had to get myself ready. They used the excuse because of COVID.
Don't move too much, otherwise you get off. Yeah.
They used the excuse because of COVID. All right. As soon as I got in the ambulance, I couldn't contact nobody. I'm using my phone. I made sure I had my battery charger because I knew I was in for a long ride. I know the process. You know, I'm not new to this. In life, you know, you got to go through some things in order to get through some things. But when I got in there, nobody had an N95 mask on. I sat outside, not in the emergency room, but outside under a heater room for about an hour and 15 minutes. I had two young guys, you know, they were not professional at all. They was just in it for the money, and I can see that. I was able to talk to one of them to get me an N95 mask. From experience and knowing what's going on with this COVID, I knew that we had to have an N95 mask for COVID. When I seen, I mean, as I got in the emergency room, their job was to take me there, that's it. They signed me over to the next emergency room. I waited. I knew it was going to be a process. We have elderly people stacked up on a wall like they're in a gas station ready to pump gas. These people was being neglected. They didn't have no mask on, no proper mask, and they were not treated fairly, not fairly at all.
So to make it clear, so people that are just logging in, this happened at St. John's Hospital?
St. John's on the 19th.
North Broadway.
North Broadway.
Okay, but let's move it forward. So finally you went inside, right? You went inside, and once you went inside, doctors came to see you.
No.
No. So what happened after you went inside?
Once I got inside, I had to wait in line like pick a number, okay? That's understandable. That's the process. Finally, somebody came by to take my temperature, vital signs, asked me while I was there. Insurance card. Now, they want that. They want to get paid, okay? Once I gave them that, I waited a while. I seen the surroundings. I seen the things that was going on. You had these young, basically, it looked like teenagers, but I know they was of age. They were not doing their job. There was no professionalism in there at all. You know, I knew from experience that you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. So I played the game with them. Nice, but why should I have to play a game when I serve my country? If I would have came in there hollering that I'm a vet and I'm being mistreated, okay, that's just like harassment to them. I would have just been laying there like the rest of them. And a lot of these people I knew, okay? They came in and took my vital signs. Next step, be seen by a professional doctor. Two young attendants came by. They informed me who they were. I can't remember the titles right now, okay? Blood pressure, again, insurance card. Okay, I'm thinking because I had called ahead of time to let them know that I may be coming because I've been using the Veterans Hospital, not outside insurance. So I have a problem, a couple of problems. But the one at hand was a flaming hernia the size of a baseball, okay? They took my vital signs. I'm laying there. I'm seeing everybody walking by. I'm seeing people hollering, crying.
Were you in pain?
In pain? Man, I had so many tears in my eyes that my shirt was soaked.
Okay, and what happened then? What happened?
When
the doctors came to see you, and what happened?
When I asked the young lady, can I please have something for pain? She said she'll be right back. Meanwhile, I had to go down for an MRI, a CAT scan of the problem. The young lady came back. She administered the IV. She was professional enough to get it on the first try. No, she didn't. The third. Once it was in, she left. I got on my phone because I always have my phone with outside contacts to listen to what's going on. Like I said, I know the process. All of a sudden, my chest swelled up. My eyes started blinking. My heart started palpitating. I reached up and I snatched the IV out of my hand. I called the young lady. She came. I asked her, sweetheart, what did you give me for pain? Because I want to know. She told me it was a narcotic. What kind of narcotic? She couldn't tell me the name of the narcotic. So I asked her, you administering me a narcotic and you don't know the name of it? I said, sweetheart, I almost died. I could have been allergic to this. And when she told me, I am allergic to certain medications. But she still wouldn't tell me the name. She got scared, panicked. She went in the back to ask for the doctor, all right? With the hernia, I have to go to the bathroom. I didn't have no fluids in me to go to the bathroom, all right? So I get up, I wobble to go get some water. I drink the water, all right? Another young lady, she had a problem. She was missing a limb. She fell. The young attendant, she weighed about $118. There's nowhere in the world she's going to pick up a woman 210.
Yeah,
She's struggling.
Yeah. But let's focus on you. I want to focus on you because I don't want to mix too many issues, because then we lose the audience, and the audience is focused on your experience. Let somebody else call us up to talk about their experience. So, did a doctor finally came to you?
No.
And not at all.
No. Okay.
But you know, Eldon, I have to play devil's advocate here, okay? So you can give me the answers, you know, from your perspective. Hospitals are a mess.
Oh God.
Okay, not just in Yonkers, but all over the country. No staffing, okay? COVID issues, no beds, people that are intake in the hospital on the hallways, so it's a mess all around. Maybe the doctors that weren't there, maybe they were busy. What do you think?
Lou, I've seen this situation. Like I said, I've been in it many times before, okay? While I was sitting there going through that, trying to compose myself up, I don't know what's running around in me, the doctor came for to give me the MRI, okay? He takes me down, no professionalism at all. They just took me down and left me in the hallway. I had to get up and knock on the window for the attendant to come out and bring me in to get the MRI. Meanwhile, I'm stressed, I'm angry, and I'm starting to get scared.
And you're upset.
Listen, you in the hospital, I went in there for help. What I seen was like a zoo. See, it's not the machinery that's busted in America, it's the people that's running it. We got the animals running the zoo. Plain and simple.
I hear you. Now, look, we have to conclude the interview, but I want to ask you, if you had the administrator of St. John's Hospital here, instead of me, it was him, and you had to file a complaint or a suggestion, okay, or a suggestion, what would be your complaint and what would be your suggestion?
Okay, the list would be too long.
Okay,
right?
So let's cut it out because the interview, let's just wait.
Professionalism, first of all. I mean, I was told there was no security cameras in the emergency room. So that right there told me they keep shit in-house and they was covering it behind. All right? Anything that's done in there, you got no...
Why would you ask about security cameras?
Because I had my niece on the phone the whole time. An incident happened, okay? A young lady that happens to work there, she was a patient there at this time. So I was talking to another nurse's aide or whatever. When she came to me, she didn't speak proper English. I got nothing against that. She was telling me to low down, low down. I don't know what low down means, so I asked her, excuse me, what are you talking about? The young lady pulled the curtain back and said, listen, don't be bothering my girlfriend. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm here for treatment. Who are you? So she went on to tell me. And right there, I knew that it was some nonsense going on.
But what about the security cameras? How did you know, or why would you ask about the security cameras?
Like I said, I had my niece from North Carolina on the phone the whole time, okay? And when the lady came up with this, I pulled her curtain back. My niece was on the phone. She told security. Security rolled up on me, all right? A young man, big in stature. He had his little henchman with it. And they informed me that if I didn't go back to my petition, that I would have to leave. So my niece said, excuse me, I could hear her on the phone. So she said, Uncle, let me talk to him. So I put her on the phone, all right? She asked him, what's going on? My uncle came there for treatment. He's a vet, but he's not using that to get ahead of anything.
The security. Tell me about the security.
Oh my God. Untrained.
But why did you ask, or how did you find about the security cameras?
Because my niece, when the accusation happened, she was on the phone listening. Okay? She heard them say that he was asking me to leave. So she asked me, can she talk to him? So when she got on the phone to talk to him, that's what she asked. My uncle came there for medical reasons, not for that. Who's accusing him? How you know? Why are you taking their word against his? Because he said he had 2 witnesses. So if you got 2 witnesses, how did you hear about it if you didn't have no cameras? See what I'm saying? That's how the whole thing came up with the cameras.
Okay. So going back to, if instead of me here was the hospital administrator, what would you tell him?
Listen, I can't say that on camera. For real. I'm so heated right now, Lou.
Let this one go by.
You know, I'm just so frustrated and heated that I can't even give this interview. For real.
Okay.
I mean, this is my life. I still have not had that problem taken care of, bro. I'm sitting right here now in pain.
Well, guys, bottom line, when somebody goes to a hospital, it's because they need help.
Thank you.
Okay? It's because they are in pain. It's because they need medical assistance. Now, I wasn't there. I didn't see anything. Seldom is telling us his story, his experience. But regardless, this is not just about him. This is about the whole situation. It's about everybody. Hospitals should be treating people as human beings and not just as a client who goes there and is going to pay a bill or they're going to take money away. Take care of people as human beings, respect them, give them the help that they need. That's what comes down to. But especially respect our veterans, because they gave or willing to give something that most of us don't. So it's time to give back to them and help them in the best possible way. Did I say it right? Do you want to add something else, Phil?
Yes, I do. I want to add a whole lot. I mean, like I said, that was an experience that I never want to go through that again. When I seen the magnitude of the way that they're actually treating people, I've heard about it. I know people that's in that hospital right now that contacted me before I went in of the problems that they have. They're using COVID that you can't even see about your family members. I got over 40 people that's been calling me on my website because they're worried about their families.
But that's normal. That's normal. You know, most people that are in hospital because of COVID infections, they cannot have visits because they don't want to contain the virus there. That is going on everywhere.
Yes, Baruch.
Everywhere in the United States.
If they were so concerned about the virus, why nobody in there had no mask on?
I hear you, exactly. But here, this interview today is about your concerns, how you were treated, and how people are treated.
I was treated like shit.
Well, hopefully next time you go, they will treat you with respect. You or anybody. You know, people that
That's my whole thing, right?
Yeah, people that go to hospitals, regardless if it's St. John's, St. Joseph's, in Scarsdale, whatever medical center you go, we expect people to be treated with respect. And not just as a client who goes there to spend money. Because if you go there and you don't have that insurance,
you out.
You're out. So thank you. Thank you for watching Yonkers Voice Live. Remember, Yonkers Voice is not my voice. Yonkers Voice is your voice. Yonkers Voice is the platform where you can come on and talk about your issue. But remember, we cannot cover every single story, okay? Because this is a one-man show. We will screen the stories, we will do our work, and when time is right, then we will do the interview or broadcast. So contact us if you have a story, tell us what the story is about, and then we will do a follow-up if we think that it's a story that needs to be told. Because we're here to help the community, to make sure that we serve the community. If it's an issue that only affects you personally, or you want to do some dirty laundry, wash, Yonkers Voice is not for that. We talk about issues that matters to the community. Thank you for watching. Eldon, thank you very much for taking the time, and keep me updated. Keep me updated on what happened.
I will.
Okay. Again, guys, this is an issue that happened at St. John's Hospital, right here in Yonkers, North Broadway, where Eldon was not treated in a way that he would like to be treated.
See, the whole thing is, I am a vet. We got a lot of vets out there, just like Lou said. In Getty Square, you may see them. Give them a sandwich. Buy them a cup of coffee. See, because they put up their life for you. Some gave some, but Rue, some gave all. A lot of them didn't make it back.
You're right. You're right. On that note, we conclude this interview. Guys, when you see a vet, please be nice to him, be kind to him. If he wants a sandwich, give him a sandwich. Remember what they gave us. Thank you, and until next time.